division, and catastrophic climate change. Instead, the security order that failed so catastrophically over the past few decades remains entrenched. Once more, America favors military presence over diplomacy, policing the world over rebuilding at home. The real and present dangers are slighted as resources and attention focus on great power competition. What's needed is a security architecture for a world the U.S. doesn't police, limiting, not intensifying, great power conflict. It may be hearsay inside the Beltway blob, but it's high time to admit that the post-Cold War international order, with the U.S. as the unipolar power, is deceased. Still, too many in this administration appear to equate diplomacy, negotiation, and compromise with appeasement and capitulation. It has been reported that Secretary of State Antony Blinken has not spoken to his Russian counterpart about, well, anything since the beginning of the war. The White House seems so diplomacy-averse that it's prepared to tolerate hardship at home. In a July interview, Biden's top economic advisor was asked what he would say to families who couldn't afford increasing gas prices resulting from the Ukraine war. He responded, "This is about the future of the liberal world order, and we have to stand firm." Humility, in short supply in D.C., might have led him to note that after the disastrous war of choice in Iraq, the U.S. is not exactly the exemplar of a rules-based order. Rather than building up weaponry in Europe, could the U.S. initiate negotiations about shared security, disarmament, and a military stand-down? Instead of escalating weapons shipments, could the U.S. wisely escalate diplomacy, including showing an openness to direct talks, new security arrangements, and signaling willingness to ease or end sanctions as part of a peace deal that preserves Ukrainian sovereignty and independence? Simply stated, an endless war in the heart of Europe does not serve the interests of either the Ukrainian, American, or global community. Katrina vanden Heuvel, July 2022. Introduction. Collision course. Exactly 1 week before Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24, 2022, we wrote an article exploring 3 possible outcomes of the crisis in Ukraine, predicting that an unprovoked Russian invasion seemed to be the least likely outcome. We obviously got that wrong. Whether the invasion was indeed unprovoked or not is one of the questions we explore in this book. But we were surprised, shocked, and horrified by the invasion, as you probably were too. Since then, like many people around the world, we have been trying to make sense of this crisis, to search for the truth through the blizzard of propaganda from all sides, and to understand how we and people of conscience everywhere can help the people of Ukraine restore peace to their country and their lives. We have both been writing about war and peace for many years. Since we started writing together a few years ago, we have written about crises provoked by war, militarism, and coercive relations between nations in almost every part of the world. These crises have left us pondering the huge gap between the technological progress in the past century, which has improved many people's standards of living, and the lack of progress on the existential and increasingly urgent challenges we face: how to live together in harmony on this finite planet, how to share its bounty to improve the lives of all, and how to safeguard the miracles of the natural world for a sustainable future. We humans have undoubtedly made a mess of the world, but in a strange contradiction, we also already know the solutions to most of our problems. Whether we are asking how we can provide health care to everyone, or how we can alleviate poverty and hunger, or how we can stop pumping carbon dioxide into the air and heating up the planet, the answers are there, sitting on the shelf, just waiting for us to collectively take them down, dust them off, and put them into practice. The obstacles to doing so lie in our political and economic systems, which prioritize corporate profits and the vested interests of wealthy people and powerful institutions over the things that would make life better for all of us. War and militarism are the ultimate example of this. We all agree that conflicts must be peacefully resolved at the negotiating table, and we have established that as the very foundation of the United Nations Charter. And yet, we end up spending trillions of dollars to build warships, War